Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we take a deeper dive on Chainlink and its machine learning based price forecast, regression analysis, technical analysis, and much more. None of the content is financial advice. Let's get started. The price of Link is right now at around about $25. Link has been one of the top performers over the last 24 hours, topping it up at around 12% gain over the last 24 hours. This is the crypto heat map available on the website Crypto Weeklies under the heat map section, all available for free on this website. Analysis over the last 30 days, sorry, 7 days, up third most rallying crypto up by about 20%. Over the last 30 days, winning asset up about 38% gain over the last 30 days. Over the last 90 days, again a third most rallying crypto overall. That makes Link a crypto, the crypto of the day, based on the four distinct time period and its relative performance, outperformance relative to its peers. It's the most rallying crypto right now. You can see over here, rank number 11th by market cap about 17 billion, volume at about 1.9 billion, more than 10% of the market cap. In terms of the tokenomics, has a decent tokenomics, about 670 million Link in circulation. For the longest time, the max supply was about 1 billion Link token. Now that has been removed. That's the total supply for now. I think they are going ahead with some inflation after that, but for all intensive purposes, about 67% of the total supply is already in circulation, which we like on the channel. Anything above 60% is good. Based on the technical analysis, this since about the June 2023 bottom, if you draw a channel, ascending channel on the bottoms as well as on the tops, you could see that this pattern emerging where whenever the price hits the bottom of the ascending white line over here at the bottom, the price kind of pumps to the upside, goes and visits the top channel, meets resistance over there. Based on the fib level, at times it's at around 0.23 fib level when the price was at $16 in early November 2023. In March rally, ascended one fib level from the tops of 2021 to the bottom of 2023. Drawn from that, ascended one fib level at around 0.382 fib level, price at around $23 in March. In December rally, the top of the channel again going back to the bottom in the downturns, visiting the top at 0.5 fib level at $28. And again meeting some significant resistance over there. Again, market corrects, puts a higher low again with that ascending white line over here as a support, slightly goes down in June 2025, uh, and then rallies back to the upside. Right now the price is above the 0.382 fib level but below 0.5. Based on this ascending line, the target, if it meets or if it rallies towards the end of August, early September, the target is at around $40. If this pattern continues towards the end of year 2022, sorry, December 2025, 22nd December 2025, the price could be above the 0.786 at around $42 and slightly more than that. If there is a breakout of this range to the upside, the first target is at around $52, which is revisiting its previous all-time high that was achieved in 2021. If there is a new all-time high for Link, like it was back since the token launch in 2017, then back again in 2021, if there is a new all-time high in 2025, the conservative estimate is at around $82. That's the 1.618. And curiously, now if we move back to the machine learning side of things, the non-euphoria bull run peak is at around $41. Again, this is the weekly average, which coincides beautifully with this 0.786 and the ascending higher highs structure that Link has been part of since about October November 2023. That would be about 2 years later in October to November 2025. That's the non-euphoria bull run peak forecasted by the machine learning model, trained on weekly average price since November 2017 and using seasonal ARIMA, LSTM and XGBoost machine learning model trained in-house. And the yellow line defines the bull run peak, which is 68 percentile confidence, a non-euphoria bull run peak, that is. If on the other hand, if there is a bull run peak which is 95 percentile confidence, which is the euphoria case for Link, that's described by the orange line over here, and that is between again towards the end of the year between $53 and about $58. That is coincides slightly with the uh, previous all-time high at around $52. If that is the Euphoria target, or by that the machine learning model mean that there is a 95% chance that the price stays under the $60 target for Link. If there is a 3 standard deviation move, again per the 4-year market cycle theory, if there is a 3 standard deviation euphoria or blow off top scenario, if that were to happen again, 99.7 percentile confidence that the price stays around the or close to that red line. And if you were to divide the number of days, again 99.7, uh, and if you multiply that with again that confidence level over here, so this is the calculation of days analysis over here. This is one that is 100% minus 99.7%, that is the 3 standard deviation number of days. Again, if there is a breakout out of this red line, the number of days in a roughly speaking 4-year cycle, considering 1 year of about 300 days, again this is a loose calculation, and multiplying it by 4, that's how you get 1200 days. Out of the 1200 days, there are about 3 to 4 days where again roughly speaking 1 day per year where the price could meaningfully go above the red line. And again, if that has to happen, the most realistic chance to the upside is of that red line is in the euphoria or in the parabolic blow off phase in the market cycle theory, based on historical evidence, such as in 2018, following the breakout of alts in 2018, early 2018 that is, then back in 2021 again, and then 4 years later, sometime towards the end of year 2025. That's how the red line could potentially be challenged. Right now the red line ceiling comes at around $80, $80 to $81, and that is the weekly average price. And what you can see that in May 2021, the weekly average price at the all-time high was at $47, whereas the price of Link peaked at around $52. So if we were to account for that tolerance of 10 to 20% higher than the weekly average price towards the end of year 2025 at around $79, that's the 3 standard deviation peak forecasted by the machine learning model. That's how you get close to that 1.618. And if you want to be slightly more optimistic from that point on, add a 10 to 20% on that $80 target. That's how you get close to that $95 to $100 target for Link in that estimation. Again, none of the content financial advice. This is sourced again built in-house, uses techniques such as seasonal arima, LSTM, and XGBoost. The tabular version of this forecasts are available on the bottom of the chart as well. Again, all of this content get maintained every single day, not just for Link, for top 100 cryptos by market cap. One row dedicated for each crypto on its USD pair, and also on its for major cryptos on their Bitcoin pair. So for example, Link on their Bitcoin pair again still has not found a major bottom. Again, you can see a series of lower highs and lower lows. That remains to be concerning. But if there is a breakout again, looking forward again, if the price breaks out of the structure, at least from the lows or the highs that Link has had against BTC in mid December 2024, if there is a breakout from that 260 level, right now it's at around 190 level, so about a 30% rally from here on its BTC pair. That should be an interesting move to look for. On in terms of Link ETH based journey, again right now it did, the good thing about Link ETH journey thus far in favor of Link has been essentially since June 2023, Link has been putting higher lows on its ETH pair, which is more meaningful as Link is an ERC20 token. And again, it's heavily correlated with both Bitcoin and ETH, but particularly with ETH. And if there is a new high on its ETH pair, let's say goes to about zero, if we were to be slightly more bullish, goes to about 0.015, and if ETH reaches 10k, what we have over here is 0.015, and ETH reaching 10k, that's how you get $150 Link token, if that coincides. If on the other hand, if ETH maxes out of about 7,500 or 7,000. Let's take 7,000 as an example. And link ETH pair, instead of going to the Euphoria target of about 0.015, it takes an average of this 0.009 and 00, that basically 10 and 15. So instead of 15 over here, we get 0.125. The peak for link in that environment forecasted on its link ETH pair is at around $87. Again, confluent with that 3 standard deviation blow off top target and the 1.618 fib level based target, and now based on link ETH pair based target. Again, those all of the content available on over here is for free if you want to take leverage this for your own investing decision. Again, not financial advice, but it's all available here. The link regression, polynomial regression analysis helps identify the fair value of link as established by this pink line, which is a non-linear estimation of what a fair value for an altcoin is, which is especially helpful given the nature of cyclical nature of the crypto market as well as the volatility in the altcoin market. The polynomial regression model with 4 degrees of freedom helps identify what's a fair value and for a token, and when it's undervalued, when that is, if you apply one standard deviation residual to the fair value to the downside anytime when the token is below the green line, historically speaking, especially for high quality assets such as link, accumulating below the green line has been a asymmetric bet. Right now the green line, which is the one standard deviation residual, comes at around $24. We did make several videos related to link back since April 2025 when the price broke down, especially towards the end of May 2025. And you can check out over here, this is the home page of the uh, YouTube uh, YouTube channel that you're watching the video of. You can see over the last 1 year we have made several videos related to link. uh, Over the course of last 2 years, you can see the 100th video on the channel was also related to link. Again, was well received back in the depths of the bear market. That back then the price of link was around $5. Over the course of the bear market, we and the bull run, we made several videos over here, some related to retirement, related to link models, link BTC pair, link ETH pair. You can check them out to verify this is not some bull posting. So going back to the one standard deviation residual to the downside, that should provide some sort of support moving forward at around $24. Again, with the hypothesis that the wider crypto market stays bullish. uh, the one standard deviation residual to the downside, the counterpart of that is one standard deviation residual to the upside, and together the yellow and the green line, again, price stays about 70% or 68% of the, or one standard deviation percent of the time, duration of the time in these bands. So if there is a first of all mean reversion to the fair value, valuation to look for is at around $43. Again, quite convenient with that 0.786, and the non-euphoria bull run peak estimated by the machine learning model, all in all coming in at around $42. The secondary area of confluence at around $75, roughly speaking. That's the case for link if it were to reach the top of the channel like it did back in October November 2023, also in March time period 2024, and back again up in December time period 2024. It did quite reach the 2 standard deviation residual, that is the orange line, that is coming in at around $129. Unfortunately, again, per my interpretation of the models, this remains out of scope for this bull run. The touching the orange line, again, you can see from cycle to cycle it becomes exponentially harder to reach the 2 standard deviation overvaluation. But the ones, not to get too disheartened by this, is the one standard deviation is still in play per my interpretation. Again, right now it's at around $74, but you can see that there is an upward bias to this regression function. So come October November, this valuation could be close to that $100 target for link, if the wider asset class remains bullish between now and October November time period, that is the next 2 to 3 months. um, Coming back to the analysis in terms of the price color coded with respect to the risk level. This is again the regression model applied at a daily price action, and with respect to the regression function, the color codes are assigned to the price action, and they identify the risk levels, or they denote the risk levels at any given point. Whenever the risk levels, historically speaking, have been in this 0 to 0.1 or less than 10% risk, they have been coinciding with great times to buy link. Again, right now it's coming in at around 0.0, or roughly speaking 7% risk. The opposite of that is whenever the risk levels identify, especially, there are no guarantees that every time the price goes to this risk level, but major rallies do resolve between 0.4 and 0.7 risk. Uh, Exception being the eventual peaks, that the market cycle peaks that link achieves, that is beyond the scope for this analysis. So between 0.4 and 0.7 risk, as estimated by this model, is between $56, which is slightly higher than the previous all-time high, and $88, which is confluent with that 1.618. So that's where the DCA model forecasts, that is the regression based forecast model, forecasts the price of link based on the risk levels. Coming to the time weighted average price analysis, this model helped identify the bear market accumulation zone uh, with the help of this blue line, which is the time weighted average price, easily understandable as what's the price in the bear market, where the accumulation phase could begin based on how long the underlying token, that is link for here, for example, has been above this price, and how long that in terms of time. And in terms of this blue line, if the prices do fall close to in close proximity to this blue line, or below the blue line in the bear market come mid to late 2026, that could be an interesting buy zone for link. If you want to stay updated, please give a like and subscribe. Right now the time weighted average price is coming in at around $10.30, but you can see towards the crescendo phase of the bull run, like it did from May 2019 till December 2021, when the blue line jumped from 41 cents to almost $9. There could be a step function increase on this blue line from, roughly speaking, $10 to somewhere close to that 50 to $100, based on how link performs in the remainder of the bull run. Right now the time weighted average price risk is coming in at around 64%, or roughly speaking two-third risk. The 20 week this is avalanche, the 20-week simple moving average price based risk is at around 62%. It's fairly heated up based on the short term moves that link has made, from $10 to about 2.5x from April to August, about four in the matter of 4 months, which is again close to that 20 weeks. um, though the price in December was slightly higher, the risk level back then was at 83%. Right now, if that price, that 83% corresponds to the price action between $35 and $36. That's why, that is because the overall 20-week simple moving averages are much higher than what they were back in October, November 2024. The 20-week simple moving average is at around $15 right now. All in all, the estimated bull run peak as a confluence of all the risk-based models, again, we are not talking about machine learning-based model. The estimated bull run peak is at around 70%. Sorry, $70. That's about 2.6x from the current price of about $25. Again, just to reiterate the key levels: $42, then the $82, and if there is some sort of a muted bull run, that $67 comes into the picture. And with that, I would like to conclude the video. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give a like and subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.